Elon Musk is outraged, calling them evil. The legal team for a shareholder who voided Elon Musk's Tesla pay package asked a Delaware judge in a Friday court filing to award them 29 million shares of the electric vehicle maker as a fee worth about $6 billion. This is absolutely ridiculous. The whole point of this lawsuit was that Elon Musk got paid an unprecedented amount, and now the lawyers also want an unprecedented amount? Do you see the irony here? Do you see the hypocrisy here? The lawyers say we are prepared to eat our cooking. This structure has the benefit of linking the award directly to the benefit created and avoids taking even 1 cent from the Tesla balance sheet to pay fees. It is also tax deductible by Tesla. No. You will sell that stock and you will tank the stock, which will have a material impact on Tesla stock. And Elon's pay package was based on performance, so you want to be paid on performance too? The hypocrisy here is absolutely disgusting. Now, this pay still needs to be approved by the judge, and if the judge actually approves this, this will clearly indicate that the judge is doing this for political reasons, because for the exact same reason you rescinded Elon's compensation and now you would approve this compensation? Elon's compensation did not hurt Tesla shareholders. It benefited shareholders because Elon increased Tesla's valuation by something like 10 times. But this directly hurts shareholders because not only will you demotivate Elon Musk going forward, but you will also tank the stock in the process. The lawyers who did nothing but damage Tesla won $6 billion. It's criminal, says Elon Musk, and I fully agree with that. Did Tesla investors get scammed? Yes, says Elon, and I definitely agree. The judge wants to overturn Tesla shareholders' votes and instead funnel the money to this legal group from the same shareholder pockets. It's utterly disgraceful, says Elon Musk. I'm pretty sure Tesla will be fighting this. This isn't just bad for Tesla, this is bad for all shareholders of US publicly traded companies. Our democratic vote doesn't matter, and the government can do whatever they want with our share structure. Feels like living under a dictatorship, says Galley. Someone is already proposing a class action lawsuit against the Delaware Department of Justice. But by far the most outrageous thing about this whole thing is when you work out how much $6 billion is per hour of work for these lawyers, and when I say work, I really mean scamming Tesla, that number comes to $288,888. The number is so high, my voice cracked up. We got some delivery numbers from some European countries. We got France here, and while quarter over quarter, this does not look exactly great. If you compare it to the same quarter last year, it's actually looking all right. Year to date, we have 55% more deliveries in France over the same period last year. Also remember that France had these incentives that are not accessible anymore, and there was a rush last year to take advantage of these incentives, increasing the demand for that period of time, but then decreasing the demand for later months to follow. So having taken that into consideration, I don't think it's fair to say oof about these numbers. However, Troy does predict that Q1 in Europe is expected to have the lowest sales of the last 6 quarters. Troy also points out that the delivery wave in Europe has largely been eliminated. For example, in Q4, only 42% of all of the deliveries came in the last month, and in Q3, only 40%. So it's not completely eliminated, because if it was, then we would see 33% instead of 42%. But it's no longer a situation where 88% of all of the deliveries happen in the last month. Troy did a summary of what he thinks is negatively affecting the deliveries right now in the US. Low Model 3 production at Fremont due to Highland upgrade. Low Cybertruck production. Model Y is demand limited with high inventory. In China, there's competition, and we just had the Chinese New Year, and in the European Union, We have canceled incentives for EVs in some countries, and he thinks that comments about Ukraine are definitely not helping. There's a surprisingly positive headline from CNBC about Tesla. Tesla stands to earn billions of dollars a year by opening US charging stations to drivers of Ford and other EVs. Gary thinks that CNBC did not come up with this piece on its own, that Tesla's PR was involved here. We have seen more Tesla executives commenting on Twitter, so maybe, but I'm not so fully convinced. But I certainly don't mind that positive headline.